What's up, guys? It is Thursday, November 17th. It's 8:57 a.m. and this is the daily crypto market update. So starting off with the dollar 2-week chart, now we're getting close to this candle closing 1 day and 11 hours. We still got the vertical yellow line, so the sell now looks like it's going to be confirmed. This is all great because we were tracking it. We called it to a T. Nobody thought the dollar could have been topping at that point, but bam, it did. And ever since that high, we're down currently 7% in the dollar, but we went even further as far as 8%. So with the dollar being up, say from the beginning of this year, January 2022, we went up a total of 21% in the dollar. And then we called the top there and now we're down. We went down 8%. So taking about like a third of those gains back. So what I believe is going to happen is we're going to continue to see this downside here, but I don't think it's going to be all in one shot. I think we're going to maybe just kind of do what we did back here, which is just kind of toy around this area and then come down eventually like that. Yeah, probably toy around this area until December, January, and then we'll likely start to fall in the dollar. So we can look at this middle line in the like void lines here. So the void lines are kind of like Bollinger Bands. You have a upper band, lower band, and then you have the middle line. And that's where we found our support right at it. So if I hide these signals, yeah. So you see the wick went right down, tapped it, and then bam, we're seeing the dollar kind of rise today. If we go to the 1-day chart, yeah. So we're seeing that support come in on that 200-day moving average, as we said would happen. So it is looking like we may see, if we take this top to this bottom, we could see it rise up to retest this EMA ribbon and then ultimately get rejected by it. So I wouldn't be surprised to see something like that. Maybe even kind of pop up a little higher to kind of make it seem like it's breaking back up again and then curl back down, come back to here, like 107.25. And at that point, if we could break through, then it's likely, all right, we're going to keep falling lower. But if we do end up holding, then we're just going to kind of do that scenario that I said about like kind of just ranging until the end of this year. And then the start of next year, the dollar will likely pull down at that point. Then we get the bond yields. So that's another thing we call to a T. We were tracking this. We said what to watch. We had the trend lines. We broke them. Then we broke the EMA ribbon. And then on the daily chart, we said we had a couple of candle closes below it. So it's likely, hey, all right, yeah, we're going to pull down. I want to see us get rejected if we pull up here. I want to see it get rejected at 3.86 like this, the EMA ribbon. So if we pull up here, then I want to see us roll back down. I don't want to see us get above 4.12%. We get above 4.12%, then and we hold that support there, then it's starting to get the danger zone. I'd say this is like the danger zone. Anywhere this point, that's the danger zone. And then where we're at right now is a good level. So anything up here, get prepared in case it starts to kind of just head up vertical. Then let's go to the NAS 100. And we're on the weekly chart. And we had a good week last week, and now this week we're kind of pulling back down. Maybe we need to retest that weekly EMA ribbon as support, which we're doing right at this moment. We had said, yeah, it's likely in our yesterday market update that it was likely we're going to pull down to 11,500, and then we wanted to see that hold as support. So now that we've already tapped it earlier today or close to it, that's what we want to see. We want to see a hold. If we do fall lower than that point, then I'd say around 11,350, like this moving average pulling up here. And then if I go down to the lower time frames, get a better look at it. So we are on the 12-hour chart. And where we found our rejection point was at that the 200 moving average. So we've seen this rejection come in through this whole time here. So let me hide these. We saw as soon as we flipped bearish in the stock market around like January of this year, we've gotten rejected by the 200 moving average. So whenever you see, and let me hide these bottom indicators so we can get a better picture here. All right. So whenever you see the EMA ribbon cross up from red to green and hold it as support. So like right here, we saw the EMA ribbon cross from red to green. The price is holding it as support. Then the green 50 moving average and then the EMA ribbon crosses up through the green 50 moving average and then the red and the yellow 200 moving averages, then we're now bullish. And you can see that clearly. We got the EMA ribbon cross. The price action was above. We've held it as support. The EMA ribbon crossed through these moving averages. And now we've had a good solid uptrend this whole time. So these were just mini bearish kind of patterns or kind of down mini cycles right here, because even though we did cross from green to red in the EMA ribbon, we still didn't see the EMA ribbon cross through the moving averages here, and we actually held them as support. So we maintained bullish until that's the case. And then right here was the point where we crossed the EMA ribbon from green to red. We broke down. The EMA ribbon crossed through all the moving averages. And now you see how vice versa, we're doing the opposite. We're getting rejected by the 200 moving average. And at this point, like, we flipped from red to green this time, but we didn't get the EMA ribbon to cross through these moving averages. So we maintained bearish. So we've seen it once. We almost got close here. So twice, and now third time rejection. We're pulling back down here. We want to see this EMA ribbon now hold as support, and then ultimately have this like kind of converging thing going on. We break up above, see the EMA ribbon cross through the moving averages, and now we know we're entering an uptrend with the stock market. Then let's look at gold real quick. All right, so we got gold. We want to see gold get above that $1,800 level, and we want to see us hold 1,700. Yeah, that's the key support, key resistance. Until then, we're just going to range in a channel. So 1,700, and then 1,800, and then we could go on to say 1,900, and then like 2,000. So those solid numbers are clear areas where we see price action kind of channeling. So those are the levels. Then to the downside, like, we want to obviously hold these local lows back here around like 1,600. Yeah, like 1,620. Then let's go into the total crypto market cap. We're going to go to the 1-day chart. Actually, let me go down to the 12-hour. And we're going to take this low to this high, stretch it out. And we've already seen us retest the 786 back here. So from this low to this high, we've already pulled back to the 786 on a wick. We're trying to kind of gain some momentum here. If maybe we'll pull back again. It's around 770 billion. And at that point, we just need to see that hold. We don't want to see us break this previous low, because then we're going to head lower. But if we can hold the 770, and then ultimately, I just want to see a quick wick. If we go down to 747, we start closing bodies of the candles down here, it might not be looking good. But that remains to be unseen. We got to wait for the price action to play out a little bit more. So this is what we got with that. And then on the 12-hour, we are seeing the stock RSI cross down, but we want to hold that middle line. 4-hour chart. All right, so on the 4-hour chart, we're seeing clear in the void lines. Definitely want to see us hold 765 actually, because that's where we see the bottom channel here. And if we were to break down below that, then the mouths will open up of the void lines, and you can see whenever the mouths open up like this, and then a breakdown, you see it's a big move, bam. And then even to the upside, you can see we had a move up, mouths open up like this, and then we went to the upside. So like, now with the void lines being at 762 billion, and then up here around 825 billion, we have our clear areas where we need to break above or hold as support, and then we'll know what direction we're going to go. So I'm going to set that alert right there. All right, so for Bitcoin, let's go to the 4-hour. Oh, no, we already covered Bitcoin. So we can go into XRP now, and let's go to the 12-hour chart. So we found some resistance back at this high over here. If we're going to pull down more, I definitely want to see if we go to the daily chart real quick. Yeah, the level I want to see hold is kind of like where we're at right now, like 37.37. Yeah, because you can see like that's where we found our support down here back in the May crash. And then once we broke it in June, we came down below, rejection. We got above, we tried to hold that support. Then we broke below, rejection. Then we got above it, then bam. And then we pull back down to here. And now we want to see that hold. And right now we are seeing it. We saw the wick earlier. I've seen multiple wicks, 1, 2, 3 so far, where we've been holding it. So that's a good sign so far, but we're going to have to see how it pans out. And you can even see on the 4-hour chart, that same level acting as like some resistance here to some support, to it breaking down and then getting back above, support, all here. And that's where the 50 moving average is. You can see the green moving average. So we have some support under us, which is good. And we're holding the EMA ribbon right here. The body's above. So that's good as well too. So we just want to see that maintained to hold. If we don't, the targets where we can go down to like 30, we could go down to 33.66 again. And then even if we do this, say that was the top back over there that we set, and then 34 and a half cents if we don't hold that. If we do break above, we have this clear resistance coming in here. Got to get above the red moving average here at around 40 cents. If we can get above 40 cents, that's solid to hold that support. But if we do break above that 40 cent, we could say the next stop would be around 44 to 46 cents. Yeah, 44 or 46. And then if we can break above that, then we'll be retesting back up here. 46 cents is definitely a level we want to aim to get above and hold that support. So like you can see if we come hold that support, then it's looking good, because on the daily chart where we're claiming the 200 moving average, we'd be above all the moving averages, and the EMA ribbon would likely cross up to flip bullish. And then now we've kind of cooled off in the indicators where we can have more that momentum that we needed again to break us above this critical resistance. And if we do, we'll head up to those 66.72 cent area. And let's see if there's going to be a big move soon. If we go to the 1 hour, let's go to the short term. All right, so we're below the 1 hour 200 moving average right now. We are trying to get back above it. We're in like a ranging kind of thing right now. Let's go to the 4 hour. Yeah, so we're hanging in the middle right now. We're in the middle of the range, and we want to poke our heads above the 40 cents. We want to get above there. And then on the downside, we want to hold that 34 and a half, 33.66. Yeah, perfectly in line. The 4 hour void lines with the top bands, bottom bands, and then the middle where we're at right now. So we're stuck in a neutral pattern. It's really going to ultimately be decided by what the dollar does, what Bitcoin does. If the dollar does kind of have a relief here and pop back up, Bitcoin pulls down more or stays stable during that, then all right, it's looking like we could pull down. But as long as the dollar just stays stable or pulls down here and doesn't have a rapid rise up for that relief, doesn't pull something like this, like bam, 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 then we'll be all right. We can see that on the 4 hour chart for the dollar, though. We are heading to a critical area, 107.5. That if we break up from that, then we'll have that opening of the mouths of the void lines. So you'll see, like, even broke down here, opening of the mouths. We had a strong move. We pulled down. And now we're kind of in this channel right here that if we break above, the mouths will probably open. We'll probably retest up here around like 110. But if we break down below, then we'll revisit those targets that we were saying. I think it was like 103 we're looking at. So yeah, so that's it for the market update, guys. I will see you in the Discord. If you're not already in it, click the link in the bio, join the Discord. We got the crypto automated signals here. It'll give you all the tools you need to know when the best times to buy and sell are for all these crypto signals right here. So I'll see you in there. Say what up. I'll say what up too. And I'll see you in the newsletter today.